everybody and welcome to my channel. Today is going to be a makeup favorites slash hated video. I haven't done one of these in a very long time. I actually haven't done a makeup favorites in a very long time, and I figured it was time to do one. Also because I just have so many products to talk about with you guys. So this is going to be that video for you. And this will probably be a long one. Just spoiler alert, just saying. But before we get into it, I do want to mention really quickly that I post videos on my channel every single day. If you haven't checked my channel out before, be sure to do so. It'll be down below. But if you want to see my favorites and my hates for this video, then of course keep on watching. So the first thing that I want to talk about with you guys is an item that I have been obsessed with. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dream Glow Kit. Now, this item is one that I got myself for my birthday. I actually did like a birthday haul unboxing video with my sister, and that will be up there in the cards. But in that video, we unboxed this little glow kit right here from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this pan actually came in like completely just shattered, and I think it's because I was a little bit rough with my unboxing of the package. But nevertheless, I just pressed it back in and it's all good to go. I was not necessarily interested in getting this glow kit when I first saw it, because I just felt like I just didn't really want to wear colored highlighters on my face whatsoever. I didn't like the idea of it, but I got it because I was like, you know what, I can probably use these 3 highlighters on my face and then use everything else as eyeshadow. So that's how I ended up getting this little glow kit right here. But what really surprised me was how frequently I use pretty much every single colored highlighter in here on my face. I have only used this on my eyes a handful of times, but nearly every single time I do my face highlighter, I usually do like a little bit of like a cream highlighter on my face, and then I go in with one of these shades or some of these shades mixed as a topper. Now today I'm wearing like a powder highlighter on my face, but I'm just going to show you, I'm just going to demonstrate how this looks when you put one of these highlighters on top. It just has this beautiful a light reflecting quality, and I just love the way it just makes your highlight look so much brighter, and you do get like a pinkish slash purplish shift, and you can't really see that on camera all too well, but you can definitely see that in real life. So this is the highlight, what it looks like when I applied a little bit of that highlight on top, and then this was before, you know, still nice, but this is boom after. And I'm just gonna dip into this pink shade, which is also really fun, and I'm gonna do this on my other cheek. And what really surprised me was how often I ended up using the colored highlighters that I never thought I would end up using, and how little I've actually used. Like for example, this highlight right here, and I actually thought I was going to use this highlight a lot more often than I did. I want to talk to you guys about this product right here. This has been the NYX Glitter Primer. This is such an amazing product. I love using it for eyeshadow, and yes, it's a glitter glue, I know that. And I love using it for glitter glue, okay? But I especially love using it on my eyelids right before I apply a really bright eyeshadow. For example, if I have like a smoky, purpley eyeshadow look, right, on my eyes, and I want to put on like a pop of silver or a pop of gold or even a pop of orange or just some color, right? And I don't necessarily want to put on a light concealer, and I don't necessarily want to wet my brush, because when you wet your brush, it doesn't really make much difference in my opinion, at least compared to this, because when you put this on your eyelid, alright, and you let it get tacky, and then you take like a metallic or even a matte eyeshadow and just press it on top, you will literally get so much payoff. Like this makes so many eyeshadows look so much better, and I just love it. Like honestly, I am done with wetting my brush. I don't even do that anymore because it just doesn't even give me like the right effect, at least compared to this. So get a glitter glue, okay? Get any kind of glitter glue. put it on your eyelids and put some eyeshadow on top, and you will be shocked at how high impact it will look. It will look absolutely phenomenal. I have been using this a ton. A little bit goes a long way though, so I haven't actually used it up too much, but I have been loving it. Something that's actually been a really interesting favorite of mine has been the Urban Decay Naked Basics 2 palette. This palette is actually a palette that I got myself a while ago, and I never used it. Like, I literally just had it sit around in my makeup collection. It was too, like, I guess higher end for me to throw away, and I didn't know what to do with it until I actually started using it on my eyebrows. And my eyebrows are now, I mean, I'm not sure how, like, I mean, let's just not judge my eyebrow application, but honestly, like, you see that I've really been loving this, like, feathered, sort of like soft but still bold eyebrow look. And don't get me wrong, I love like the dip brow pomade from Anastasia Beverly Hills, but I do find that that gives me so much structure to my brow, and some people like that. I myself do not. I just like to really have like a soft, diffused brow. And this is me going a little bit bold with my brows, but on an everyday basis, I just go very natural. I don't like going into heavy, and I just think that like a cool toned matte shadow is absolutely perfect. I have been using these two shades most often, and I usually use this shade right here called Primal, which is like this cool tone brown color. And I love using this on my brows because even though it does look several shades lighter than my actual hair color, it is perfect because it is dark enough to give my brows definition, but it's light enough to make sure that my brows are not the center of my face, because I have not been wearing a lot of makeup whatsoever. What I wear on an everyday basis is mostly eyebrow stuff, a little bit of mascara, and lip balm. And most often it's just lip balm and nothing else. So whenever I do want to do something to my brows, I always want it to be like a very, very natural looking, very soft brow. I don't want it to be like bam brows, you know? Because I find that when you do like a very bold brow, you're almost required to do the rest of your face because otherwise it just looks odd, you know. But when you go in with like a light matte eyeshadow and you just brush it on very lightly, and the brush that I have been using has been the Morphe M432 brush, it just gives your brows like this beautiful soft shape, and you're able to shape your brows, but the finished look is so much more natural and so much more diffused, and it's kind of like hard to explain for me almost, but this is something that I have been using pretty much every single time I do my makeup, and I just wanted to share this information with you guys because we probably all own a dark matte eyeshadow, and I just love the idea of using a powder for brows because that way you get like this beautiful sort of like effortless look, which is so beautiful, and there's literally nothing you can do to screw up your brows if you're using a brow powder. So that is of course fantabulous. So now, since I've talked so much about things that I absolutely love, I kind of want to get into some things I'm not really into. So this first thing is a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Superfly. Now, this is in the Ultra Metallic formula, and if you haven't already been on my channel, then you probably don't know this, but I am obsessed with the ColourPop Ultra Metallic formula. I'm actually wearing the Ultra Metallic formula in the shade Kathleen Lights in my inner corners today. It is such a good formula. Really like them for metallics, and when I saw that they were launching this shade right here and that it was going to be an ultra metallic, I was so excited. I was living for it. I was very excited about it until I actually got it, and it arrived, and I tried it out, and I tried it out again, and I tried it out again, and I realized it really was not my cup of tea whatsoever. Now when you swatch this, I feel like you can get a pretty good idea of how it performs because, you know, see, it looks pretty nice right there. And then when you put it on your skin, it's a patchy mess, you know. Let me show you. And I'm not even sure if the camera's picking it up too well, but see like those areas right there, and just see how patchy that looks. Like that's just not That's just not acceptable, honestly. And it does look worse on the eye even, because this is such a bold color and it's just a blue-green, right? And when you put it on your eye, it's just such like this patchy mess, and I just don't like how low impact the color is. And yeah, sure, you can layer it, you know. Um, yeah, sure, let's layer it. But it doesn't take away from the fact that it really is quite patchy. And honestly, I feel like with cream shadows, you really want to create a formula that's very buttery, that goes on really nicely, that's really smooth, that's really high impact. Because when you're taking a cream eyeshadow and you're swatching it, you're pressing down relatively harder on your arm than you would on your eyelid, right? And especially if you're using a brush, with a cream shadow, you're not going to get that high impact. So if you take your finger and you go into this pan, right, and you go to swatch and it looks like it doesn't look like that high impact and it looks patchy, like that's not a good thing, you know? I feel like I'm especially hard on this because this is the ultra metallic formula, which has performed so well for me in the past. But honestly, like this, it doesn't do well. Like it doesn't really give me that high impact that I kind of expected, and I have not been able to use this. It doesn't give me the high impact that I kind of require from my shadows. Seriously, I didn't like this at all. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the $5. Do not get it. But this is actually another item that from ColourPop that I was absolutely in love with. This is the Super Shock shadow in the Ultra Glitter formula, and this is in the shade Ladybird. Now, I have been using Ladybird almost non-stop for months. It is so good. It's a highly reflective, glittery formula, and I can absolutely guarantee you that this is not a spray over. You get like this beautiful glittery reflection through the pan, and this looks absolutely beautiful when you apply it as an inner corner highlight. It's just the glitter particles are really just suspended throughout the formula, and the formula itself is really quite sheer, but when you apply it as an eyeshadow topper or as an inner corner highlight, it looks like you literally have unicorn tears on your eyelids. It looks so beautiful. This has definitely been my go-to inner corner highlight color for a very long time, and I just absolutely love it. And honestly, I'd recommend this to absolutely anybody. It is just such a beautiful, beautiful product. And it just goes to show that honestly, with these Super Shock shadows, some of them are amazing and some of them not so much. Then another product from ColourPop that I'm kind of like not living for is this item right here. This is the ColourPop Jelly Much eyeshadow. I'm kicking myself for getting this. I was so excited about it, and I kind of gave into the hype because when these first came out, these Jelly Much eyeshadows, you saw I was excited about them, and so many other YouTubers were excited about them as well. And I was looking online at some of the PR reviews, and I know. And so many people were like, oh yeah, this is amazing. This is so great. And what's really interesting is that not one person has talked about these Jelly Much eyeshadows in a while. So that tells you something. So this particular shade is the color Bungalow, okay? Now in the pan, it looks absolutely stunning. It looks so beautiful. It looks like it will be so much fun to use. So I'm going to take a little bit on my fingertips, okay? And let me just close this right here. And I'm going to swatch it for you guys on my arm. Or on my hand. So, again, this is just patchy. And it doesn't really look so bad when you first apply it, but when you start to blend it out, the patchiness sort of like comes through even more, and it just starts to look so finicky on the arm. And the fact is, I feel like if I had chosen a different shade, it would have been easier for them to kind of cheat it. A lot of the shades that they had were very light shades, and I feel like with those shades, it would be really easy to make them look even better than they actually were, because you could probably use those shades as an eyeshadow topper. You could really make it look kind of like nice and iridescent and kind of interesting. But with this color, this is a green, and if you and this on the lids looks very sickly, and it makes you look like your eyeshadow is unfinished or you're very bad at eyeshadow, which I know I'm not perfect, but I'm not terrible, but it really makes my eyeshadow look so bad. And it's just, it, like, the finish is good to the point that when you rub it, it doesn't come off, but this is a jelly eyeshadow, and it's kind of like you have to put it on with your fingers, then you have to blend it out with your fingers, and when it doesn't look good, it's not worth it. So like, this is just such a gimmicky product. I'm beating myself up so much that I even bothered to get this, because this was just such a waste. It's not doing it for me. It's just not the product that I really wanted it to be. Then I also want to talk about some liquid eyeshadows. Now, I've been trying out these liquid eyeshadows from ColourPop. I believe I have like another one somewhere. Hold up, yeah, there it is. I've been trying out these liquid eyeshadows from ColourPop, and these are called the Supernova eyeshadows. Now, you probably already heard me mention these three colors on my channel before. Moonlit, for example, Firecracker, and Walk of Fame. So these were three colors that I got when this formula first launched, and of course I really loved them. But recently I went ahead and purchased these two colors right here. So the first shade is called Over Again, and then the next shade is called From the Valley. These are so beautiful, and they go on like relatively sheer, but they have like this amazing shift to them that really is so interesting and so like fun to work with. So that's Over Again, okay? And then the next shade is called From the Valley. Now, From the Valley is a light kind of lilac shade, and it is infused with like these glittery like pink and blue particles. So when you first swatch them, like, they look really pretty, but they honestly don't look like much. I have been using them as eyeshadow toppers, and I have been obsessed with them. They're so beautiful. I absolutely love them, and I've been using them almost every single time I do my makeup. Usually what I do is I can either apply this all over my lids just on a naked eyelid, and they will literally look like I'm not wearing any eyeshadow from one angle, and then I move and then the light hits it, and I have like all of a sudden this beautiful like wash of glittery pink, purple, blue, like madness on my eyelid. And then another time I will just put them all over my lid if I'm wearing like an eyeshadow look, and I love how it instantly just catches the light and makes my eyeshadow almost glow from within. It's like the craziest thing. I think I'm gonna use Over Again on my lids right now to give you guys an idea of how beautiful these look. I have been using them all the time, and I always get like so many comments on my eyeshadow because of this product. So I'm just gonna apply this with the applicator. So this is what this looks like, okay? So like, that's super gleaming and super high impact. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just move the color around. I'm gonna sheer it out a bit. And then you get like this beautiful, beautiful wash of like this lilac pink color. That was like such like this huge impact right there, okay? So now on my other lid, I'm gonna be using, hold up, this color called From the Valley. Now, From the Valley is a similar color, but it's a little bit less opaque, and it's more of like a lighter, brighter color. So this is absolutely beautiful as well. So what I do is I like to put them on my lids using the applicator, because that way you get a lot of impact. And then what I do is I take my finger and I just spread it around a little bit, and I just really mesh it into the skin. So that way it just looks a lot more like diffused and just a little bit more sparkly as well. So that's what it looks like on my other lid. So you can see just such, honestly, just such like a beautiful high impact eyeshadow. I have been absolutely obsessed with how these look on my lids. They're so beautiful, and I have been obsessed with these items. And I think that if you're gonna get like one item from this entire video, I'd highly suggest getting one of these, because whether you be a color lover or like whether you be someone that's more a little bit more neutral, these look so beautiful, and I feel like anyone can wear these and look so amazing and so stunning and so gorgeous. I just love these two shades in particular. They're everything for me. So these look absolutely stunning. I love them. I've been obsessed. So a similar product is from BH Cosmetics, and this is called the Eyelights, and this is in the shade Chill Pill. Now, this is kind of similar in the sense that it's a liquidy eyeshadow, okay? And you put it on, and it's like this beautiful blue color. But honestly, it goes on a little bit patchy, so I do feel like in order for it to work, I have to sort of blend it out a bit. You see how it looks like really patchy when I apply it, you know? That happens, and sometimes it translates on the eyelids, so, you know, it's not like the ideal product for me. I do like the ColourPop version a ton better, and I definitely wouldn't necessarily recommend it over these ones. I'm still in the process of trying like some lip products out and trying some new products out, so I think I probably will be doing updates again in the future. But this is an item from the drugstore. This is the Rimmel Stay Glossy Lip Gloss, and I can never remember the name of this. The label came off and I don't know what the name is, but this is a light pink gloss. This is a super glossy product. It is so comfortable on the lips. It's not sticky. I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of a swatch, but I'm not even sure if I'll be able to truly show you guys how beautiful it does look, because obviously it looks different on the lips, but this is it right here. That's the color. And to be totally honest, when I first got it, I was doubtful about whether or not I would actually like the color on my lips, because this is a very cool tone pink, which is not usually a color that I tend to go for, but I have been loving this because it's just so comfortable on the lips. It's a very non-sticky gloss, and what's nice about this color is that you can literally apply it on top of the nudist, most bland looking color, and it just makes it just a little bit more special. I'll show you guys what I mean with this product right here. This is the Sephora Liquid Lip Stain in the shade 45. Now, this is a very beautiful brownie nude color. So this is what it looks like right there, okay? I've been loving this, but sometimes when I put it on my lips, it makes me look a little bit dead, you know? Not all the time, but with a lot of eye looks that I do, sometimes it just deadens my entire face, and I don't really like that. So what I've been doing is I've been putting this gloss on top, and it just gives me just enough pink, you know, just a sheer wash of like just this pink that just makes my lips look so incredibly beautiful. It's not a completely opaque gloss. I would say that's kind of like a medium in terms of opacity, so you don't really get like a lot of that pink color. You get more of that reflect, and it's just such a very, very glossy gloss, and it's not sticky. And it's so comfortable on the lips. So I love this. I've been wearing this all the time. I absolutely am obsessed with it. And then I have some more glosses here. I have the Huda Beauty Lip Strobe, and this is in the shade Snobby. I got it in like the Sephora Favorites lip set, but as soon as I tried it out, I was obsessed. Now this looks beautiful on the lips, and I'm just gonna put a little bit on today so you can see what it looks like. It has a little bit of a transforming quality. It's not super transforming, but it will give your lips a slight pink, sort of like glossy look, and I love it. It's just such a beautiful product. It's a very kind of like a watery kind of consistency, except that it's not. But with the Rimmel lip gloss, for example, this is like a more thick formula, okay? It's a more of a thick gloss. This, on the other hand, is a little bit more of like a thinner gloss. It's a very light consistency. It's not very thick, and I do love how it looks on the lips. It's just so easy to wear. You just need a little bit of it and it will go a super long way. I absolutely love this. So that is the end of this video. Those are all the items that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I didn't actually realize until I sat down and started talking about these items just how much I missed doing like favorites videos, like favorites and haters videos, but like just videos where I talk about product and I just tell you guys what I've been doing, and I just love that. So thank you so much for staying with me and watching until the end. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it interesting and informative, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.